Hey guys, it's Craig again. Squatcher1222 gmail.com, searching for answers. Been doing a lot of thinking lately how we could bridge this gap in the Bigfoot society with the players in the field and the up and comers and the people that just don't know. And the only thing I can think of is we need to simplify. We need to simplify our research. I know everybody wants to go high tech and all that, and that's not what I mean. You can still go high tech, but simplify our research. We can come to we need to come to a simpler glossary of terms, an agreed upon terminology of what we talk about. We don't have to use these $5 words just to sound smart. I mean, I can use them. Anyone can use them. But it's obvious when people are using these words to sound smart, to sound more educated, to sound like they need to be the one that's followed. Um, that's not necessary, guys. It causes a lot of infighting when we're talking about the same thing, but if we're using two different terms for it, we may not agree upon the terminology, and that's causing the infighting there, and we're getting nowhere in that research. So if we could just simplify everything and bridge that gap and get rid of the infighting, because at the end of the day, that's solving nothing. You know, you're solving nothing by fighting amongst ourselves, like podcasters fighting with researchers and researchers fighting with other researchers. You got to think none of this is going to to further the field. The infighting is not going to further the field of research. It's not going to further the Bigfoot, proving that whether it does or does not exist. All it's doing is it's causing even more distraction from the people that are out there that don't know what's going on, that want to look and they see these people fighting. They don't know who to follow. They don't know who to trust. So I think we need to simplify that. Stop trying to be the hero. You got to think there would be no podcasters without the researchers or the experiencers, and there would be nowhere for the researchers or experiencers to reach out without the podcasters as well. So it comes full circle. It ain't just here or there or everywhere. Everyone has a role to play, and let's just play that role. I've come to know, I mean, there's people behind the scenes that are pulling strings, and there's people that are back there tying the strings. There's people that are making the thread for the strings. So, don't worry about where you fit in. Just know to put yourself out there, put your research out there, and help others. Don't put others down. Expand the research. If you've got something to share, if you've got a question, I've learned that people don't know what to ask. They're afraid to ask questions. They're afraid to ask me questions even. Why me? I mean, seriously, because they don't know where to start. This may be their first introduction into Bigfoot is one of our videos or one of our podcasts, and they don't know where to go and how to bridge that gap between what they're actually experiencing and what we're over here fighting about. So we're not getting anywhere with the infighting, guys. So that being said, let's simplify. Let's simplify our research. I've learned, through doing this, we can't do it on our own. We can't all be experts in every single field of research. So let's do this. We can build a team. We can build a team, a community of researchers. You don't even have to go out in the woods, guys, to do some of this research. I've come to find out. For example, like there's so much to comprehend when you're in the woods, and so much to try and grasp and research and document and everything when you're in this field. You've got to be an expert in everything, or we could simplify it. We could go out there and take our pictures and take our evidence and do our research, our field research, and then we notice that something's going on in this particular area with these trees. We don't have to be that tree expert. We can get a team member, or we can send these photos out or question someone that is already a tree expert, that was their field, all along is trees. That's what they know. And we can compare their knowledge to what we're experiencing. And then the same thing with terrain. So we can say rocky terrain. We got someone that know, like if we're in an area with rocky terrain, let's reach out to other researchers that have that same kind of terrain or experts in that terrain to see what does and doesn't grow, or what where we might find a stream or a structure that we wouldn't know without having help in that field and knowing who to reach out to get. We don't know what Bigfoot eats, so let's look for wild edibles. Do we have to be the expert in everything? No, there's experts already out there in these wild edibles. If you're not sure of what you got, let's take a picture of it and let's see, and we can reach out and show it to other people, and they can explain to each other. Audio experts, like I've said before, I can't hear as well as others, but I can see. I can see extremely well, but I can't hear. But with that being said, I've reached out. I've got other people going through some of my audio. I go through it, but I also send it out because I can't hear everything. And even if I do hear something, at least I've got someone else corroborating what I hear. That was not just me. Same thing with pictures and video evidence, guys. And I see it again back with the infight. And you send the picture, and you're not showing all the full before and after. You're just showing, look, this is the best thing I've got, and you show it, and you have to circle it. Well, that's when people are saying, well, that's your red circle squatch. It could be, and it couldn't be. Perhaps maybe send the whole video to someone or this. And I know you're adamant about things, but who knows? Like my videos, I don't go through them all. But if I had someone that would go through them all and could do and take that time to go through and take that time to, even if they feel the need to red circle things, to send it, to have someone else observe it, that's fine. But I don't think we should put the red circle out as pure evidence. We need to have before and after and leading up to and whatnot, just to, not saying you're wrong, but it's saying to have other people out. No one is questioning. I won't say that. I'm not questioning on anyone's experiences. And some of the people that I hang out with and talk to, we're not questioning your experiences when we ask you questions. We're questioning just to try and corroborate with what we got going on in our own field. But maybe we're not asking it properly. And that's another thing where I was talking about communication. When we use these big words, some people may not understand them, and some people may only understand big words. We got to be able to bridge that gap. You got to be able to use someone that can speak in the science, and they can also speak over here to the natural language that people use around them. They're going on another tangent, but again, building our teams with our observer. For instance, I say that I have excellent eyesight, and I look for things that are out of ordinary and out of extraordinary, but that doesn't mean I see everything, because I'm not an expert in every field. So I need to develop my skills as an observer. Therefore, I'm sending out pictures that I found of a tree structure. Kind of odd to me. I don't know. I send it out. Well, someone that's already an expert said, no, that's a normal bend. But this one that you didn't show me that is in a picture previous, that's the one you really need to look out for, and vice versa. If we're only showing these perfect arches or these perfect things, we're also missing other things that maybe Bigfoot themselves are learning to do with tree structures. Maybe the perfect archway is their Mona Lisa, and they got to work themselves up to getting them, but we don't see that. So we need to be able to reach out to these experts and look at things this way. And we got to be able to organize all this. One guy's not going to do all this. We can't rely on one person. We need to rely on a group. They say it just like raising children. It takes a village. Well, it's going to take a village to do this, guys, not one person. Let's not worry about who's that guy. Let's worry about if this is a real creature and we're really looking to prove that to the world. Let's do it as a community, not as the guy. That'll come with it, the fame, the fortune. If that's what you're worried about, do it, whatever, who cares? But to do this organically, I think we need to build an organic team to go look for an organic creature, because it's leaving evidence, organic evidence. So it could also be more developed than us, and we can go into this in other episodes, and it may contradict this simplifying episode, but I just want to throw this out there. If this creature is human-like or humanoid-like and has the same organs as us, some say they're identical, a little bigger or whatever, just because they're larger animals. Some say they have more organs. I mean, who knows? That's, again, we're not simplifying. We're holding things back. We're not sharing everything because we want to be the guy or the girl or whatever that solves this puzzle. But if these creatures are built like us and have similar glands to us, they're out there in the woods and they're not developed in our technology and our focus to stare at technology, and they're not eating our sugars, and they're not eating all the caffeines and stuff and the fluoride to calcify their pineal gland. Humans have it. Why don't they have it? And you say, well, they can't do this, they can't do that. If you look into the pineal gland, and like I say, we'll get into that in another episode, but there's a lot of research there that could also extend into this Bigfoot research, and it could also help explain things and bring some of this woo over to the actual natural side. I don't think it's as woo as everyone thinks. I don't think the mind speak is as woo as everyone thinks. I think it's the portrayal that the people are using to that are actually observing the mind speak or experiencing mind speak. For instance, when they don't have the verbiage to extend that experience to you in a way that you understand, because we're not agreeing on the terminology, then you automatically think that's woo, or you think these creatures can't just say simply disappear, or they can't stay still for so long without movement. Well, if they're there and they're meditating in their space and they're so calm in their energy, you're going to walk right by them, and they've practiced this. If that's what they're out there doing, then they're going to practice this the same as we practice any skill. I just think there's a lot of research that can be had without saying, oh, you're woo, you're this. We got to simplify and bring everything in together, communicate, and bridge that gap, guys. Anyways, that's just my thoughts and my rants for the day. We've got a lot more coming up. Got a lot of episodes I've got planned. Got a lot of interviews coming up. I keep saying, but I do think we got that actually happening finally. Guys, just stick with us, and we'll do this together, not alone. Let's do it together. And as always, keep having fun, keep doing this, and reach out. Just let's keep squatching, guys. And if you need anything, reach out to me, squatcher1222@gmail.com. Any kind of evidence you guys want to share, or you don't know who to reach out to, if you've got something or a story to share and don't know who to share it with, we're not going to make fun of you. I know that happens, but we're here to support and uplift and have fun with this, guys. Everybody, let's go. Let's do this together. Thanks, guys.